Hi everybody, my name is Nadeya and I'm going to be leading you through a no Vinyasa class today. It's going to be pretty chill, but we're still going to do some movement. So let's start out in a comfortable seated position. We are going to be doing some twists, so crisscross applesauce is probably a great way, easy seat. And start to sway your torso forward and back to see where you're holding the weight in your hips. And circle the torso around. And in the other direction. Just showing up in the body. And then stack the shoulders over the hips. Tuck the chin a tiny bit and move it back a little to stack the skull on top of the shoulders. And relax the brow. Create some space between the back teeth and slow the breath. Check the quality of the breath. How deep is it? Does it go into the chest and the belly? Where is it? What's its speed? Just sit in awareness. And if you haven't already, start breathing in and out of the nose. And then take the right hand behind you and lift the left arm up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, take the left hand to the outside of the right knee and glance back over the right shoulder. Inhale to lengthen up the spine. And exhale to open the shoulders deeper to the right, glancing further over the right shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Slowly uncurl yourself back forward. Notice which leg is in the front of your crisscross and straighten your legs out in front of you. Inhale, reach up to the sky, and exhale, curl into yourself. A calming forward fold, checking in the back side of the body, the hamstrings, the hips, the low back. Let the arms collapse as the shoulders get heavy. And walk the hands back up. You're going to cross the legs again, but with the opposite leg forward. Take the left hand behind you. Inhale as the right arm reaches up, and exhale, take it to the outside of the left thigh. The back hand is there to press you forward, not to lean back on it. So inhale, lengthen the spine up, and exhale, open the chest to the left, glancing further back over the left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. And unwind. Straighten the legs out in front of you again. Reach up to the sky and curl into yourself. Slow the breath. Let the jaw relax and get heavy. If you would like to create intention or dedication for your practice today, do it in your fold, calming the nervous system, letting whatever needs to come up, come up. Rolling back up, you're going to make your way onto all fours into a tabletop position. And we're going to take a couple cat cows. So spread your fingers out, press into the middle finger, index finger, and the thumb. Let the inside of the elbows look forward as the triceps wrap back. Then drop your belly, the tailbone lifts up, the top of the head lifts up, and the shoulders press back. Exhale, belly pulls towards the spine. The back of the heart tries to shoot out of the back. The head falls, the tailbone falls. Inhale, belly drops, head and tail go up. Exhale, belly goes up, head and tail drop down. Going at your own pace. And find a little bit of time for playfulness, making big barrel rolls with the torso, or sway the hips side to side, or press them all the way to the heels and back up. Just play around. Follow what feels good. And move back to stillness. Extend the right leg back behind you and cross it over to the left side and put the foot on the ground and look over at the left foot. So the left shoulder is moving towards the left hip, glancing to the left foot, getting a nice big curve on the right side of the body. Breathing nice and big into the nose, sending the breath to that big rainbow shape on the right side of the body. Bring the foot back behind you, then step the foot in between the hands. The right foot is in between the hands. And bring the hands up onto the right thigh. Press into the right thigh. As the right hip moves back, the left hip moves forward. Your pubic bone presses forward as the tailbone drops down. And you're saying hello to your left hip flexor. Let the left hand, if it would like to, move forward so it's pulling forward from your shoulder. And then if you'd like to lift it up to the sky, it can. And if it's up to the sky, you can take your right hand around your left wrist and then lean over towards the left, getting a stretch on the left side of the body. Come back towards the center. Release both hands towards the ground and move the right foot further out to the right so both hands can be on the inside of the right leg. And then scooch the left knee back a couple of scooches so that the hips can get heavy. We're coming into lizard pose. So you can stay up high or you can come down onto the forearms. Slow the breath. The hips get heavy. The glutes relax. The low back relaxes. Come back up onto the hands if you're not there already. Tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee up. Step the right foot back into downward facing dog. Take a second to play. And then come back down onto your knees into a tabletop position, taking a little bit of playful cat-cow positions, not just traditional cat-cow, but anything that feels good. This is a feel-good flow. Come back to the middle. Extend the left leg behind you, cross it over to the right, and put the toes down on the ground and look over towards the left foot. Get a nice curve on the left side of the body. It helps to have the right shoulder move towards the right hip, getting a bigger curve on the left side body. And imagine your breath being sent down that whole curve of the back down to the hip. Come back towards the middle and step the left foot between the hands and bring your hands up onto the thigh, pressing the left thigh forward as the left hip sneaks back away from it and the right hip travels forward. The upper hip points lift up towards the ribs so the tailbone pokes down. Relax the face. Send the breath to the right hip flexor. You can stay here. You can extend the right arm forward, or you can extend the right arm up and overhead. With that choice, you can take the left hand to grab onto the right wrist and reach over towards the left, getting a right side body stretch. Come back towards the middle. Release the hands down to the ground. Scooch the left leg out more to the left so both hands are on the inside of the leg. Move the right knee back a couple of scooches. And then either stay up high or come down onto the forearms for lizard. Actively imagine your hips releasing. Imagine your low back relaxing. Let your jaw be easy. Come back up onto the hands, tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee up. You're stepping back into down dog again, giving the hips another sway side to side, walking it out, whatever you like. And find some stillness, letting the hips pull back as the heels press down. Come up onto the tippy toes and take little itty bitty steps all the way up to the top of the mat into a ragdoll position. Nice big bend in the knees, letting the torso rest on the thighs. Grab the elbows. Let yourself sway. Switch the grip of your elbows, whichever arm is in front, and continue to loosen and to sway. Release the hands down. Start to straighten the legs out. Let the weight glide forward towards the balls of the feet as the hips sway forward. Walk the hands over to the outside of the right foot. Bend one leg, bend the other leg. Walk it out. See what feels good. Sway the hips, whatever you like. See what feels good. And then find a second to pause in your favorite position. And then walk hands over to the outside of the left foot. Bending one knee, then the other. Sway the hips side to side. See what feels good. And once you find a spot that really needs your attention, hang out there. Come towards the middle. Walk the hands forward a little bit and then let the hips pull back. So you're still in a forward fold, but your hands are walking away from you and your hips are pulling away from the hands. Slowly breathe. Then bring the hands back to the feet. Let the hips glide forward, glance to the knees, slow the breath. Remember, in your last forward fold on the ground, we created intention and dedication. Let that come back to you in this fold. Little bend in the knees and slowly roll all the way up to a standing position. Tadasana. Let the palms shine forward. Bring the toes together and the heels slightly apart. Unless you have low back issues, your feet can be hip width apart. And start to roll around on the feet a little, moving the weight from front to back and side to side. Switch directions if you're going in a circle. And find the middle, pressing down into the whole foot, and then relax. Little tiny micro bend in the knees. Let the palms shine forward. Let the face be light. We're going to take a couple rounds of the half A series. Reach up to the sky on the inhale, and as you exhale, dive forward into a forward fold. Bring the fingers to the shins. Inhale, halfway lift into a flat back. Exhale, fold forward, glance to the knees. Reverse swan dive all the way up to standing inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Reach down and up, around. Inhale, up to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward to fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale all the way up to standing. Reach to the sky. Bring the energy down to the heart, exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, bowing to the earth and to yourself. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, bring it down into your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up. Bring the hands to the heart. Exhale. One more inhale, reach it all the way up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale all the way up to the sky. Exhale the hands to the heart. Let the arms come down by the side, back into Tadasana with the palms standing forward, mountain pose. Take a second to see how you feel, how the mind feels, how the breath feels. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward to fold. Halfway lift. Palms down, step back into a tabletop position. So it's like you're coming to plank, but just put your knees down instead. We're going to take Lateral Cat Cows. So take an inhale with the flat back. And as you exhale, take the right shoulder over to the right hip, creating that left side body rainbow. Inhale back to elongate the spine. And exhale the left shoulder to the left hip, right body rainbow. Inhaling back to the center like a snake moving through the grass. Exhale, right shoulder to right hip. Inhale, lengthening through the center, tailbone pulls back as the head moves forward. Exhale, left shoulder to left hip. One more round each side, inhaling to the center. Exhale, right shoulder, right hip. Inhaling center. Exhale, left shoulder, left hip. Inhaling center. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let the left foot step between the hands and the right knee can drop down. And let the left arm lift up to the sky. The belly pulls towards the spine and the chest pulls forward. As the belly pulls in, it gives space for the left inner thigh to hug in. And the left outer thigh hugs in as well. Release the top hand down, step back into a down dog. Step the right foot forward between the hands, release the left knee down, untuck the left toes, reach the right arm up to the sky. The belly and the chest pull forward, elongating the spine, lifting up through the right hand to keep from dropping in the left shoulder. Belly pulls in, right inner thigh pulls in, right outer thigh presses in. Release the right hand down, tuck the back toes under, and step forward into a forward fold. Step the left foot back. Reach the right arm up towards the sky. The back knee can be down or up this time. If it's up, let the left hip get heavy as the right thigh lifts up. Try not to drop into the bottom hand too much. You're pressing into the left hand to lift out of the shoulder. Release the right hand down and step back into a down dog. The left foot steps forward. The left arm reaches up. Belly pulls in, spine elongates forward, lifting out of the right shoulder, reaching towards the sky, looking up if it feels okay for the neck. Release the top hand down and step forward into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, place the palms down as the left foot steps all the way back. Inhale, arms up into crescent pose. Take a nice big bend in the left knee. Let the right hip move back as the left hip comes forward. The pubic bone presses forward as the tailbone looks down. And then you can play with straightening the back leg. Bring the hands into a prayer. We're moving into a twist. The left elbow comes to the outside of the right thigh. Stack the elbows on top of one another. And lift the heart up towards the thumbs. Relax the jaw. Slow your breath. You can open your arms out if you'd like, one to the ground and one up to the sky, or you can keep them in a prayer. Slowly make your way back into crescent. Release the hands down. Step back into a down dog. Step the left foot forward. And inhale up into crescent pose. Bring a bend into the right knee. Let the left outer hip press in. The right hip rolls forward. The upper hip points lift up towards the ribs. And then play with the straightness of the right leg. Bring the hands into a prayer. We're moving into a twist towards the left, taking the right elbow to the outside of the left knee or the left thigh. You're pressing the palms together and you're lifting your heart towards the thumbs. You can glance up or down, whatever feels best for the neck. Notice if your hips pushed out towards the left and try to hug them back towards center. And feel free to open the arms or keep them where they are. Slowly untwist, coming back up into a crescent pose. Release the hands down and step back into a downward facing dog. Slow, calm, feeling the benefits of the twists on the spine and then the hips. Make your way onto your knees and all the way into a seated position. We're going to take double pigeon. If double pigeon isn't an option for you, you're going to lay down on your back and take a figure 4 stretch. So really quickly, I'm going to tell you what that is. Come down onto the back, take your right ankle over the left thigh. The left leg is bent, and you're going to take both of your arms around the left thigh and pull the thigh towards you, and the right knee is going to move away from you. And if you're in double pigeon, you're going to be sitting up in a cross-legged position, but you're going to take the right ankle on top of the left thigh and flex the foot so the toes are pointing towards the right knee. Grab the right butt cheek and pull it out to the side a little bit so you can put the sit bone back down on the ground. Lift up through the chest. If you'd like more, move the left foot a little bit more forward so it's underneath the right knee, making a sort of a square position with the legs. And if you'd like more from here, go ahead and walk the hands forward. Wherever you are, imagine yourself surrendering. Releasing. Letting go. If you're on your back, you can just stay there. If you're folded forward, come back up. Straighten the legs out in front of you. Shake it out for a second. And then we're going to be doing the other side. If you're on your back, just switch which leg you're doing. Those of you seated, grab the left butt cheek, pull it out to the side, place it back down, lift up through the chest, walk the right foot forward a little bit so it's underneath the left knee, and stay there, or walk the hands forward and curl into yourself. If you're on your back, the left knee needs to be pressing away from you to open the hips more. And slowly walk the hands up. If you're on your back, come up to meet us in a seated position. If you're in double pigeon, undo the legs. You're going to bring the soles of the feet onto the ground, but the feet are going to be as wide as the mat. And they're not all the way close to you or all the way away from you. Split the difference. So like halfway between you and the end of the mat. And their feet are as wide as the mat. Take the hands back behind you and your fingers are facing back. And then windshield wiper the knees, dropping the knees to one side of the mat and then the other. One side, then the other. And the next time they get to the right side, leave them dropped over to the right. And then you're going to lift the left arm up and around to meet the right hand. Putting both hands on the ground, walk the hands towards the center of the mat. Pull the chest forward. Let the right shoulder hug back. Some people can come down onto their forearms here. Some people like to stay up high. Just imagine the back releasing. The stretch feels so good. If you're on your forearms, come back up onto the hands. You're going to take the left hand back and around you so your torso comes back forward. All fingers facing back. Drop the knees over to the left and to the right, moving them around. And the next time they get to the left, stay there. Take the right hand up and around to meet the left hand. And then walk the hands towards the middle of the mat. Great. Relax the shoulders and the hips and the back. Let the left shoulder press back as the chest lengthens forward. Stay there or come down onto the forearms. Come back through the center. Straighten the legs out. Bring the legs together. Inhale, reach up to the sky and take another forward fold. Do you remember your intention from earlier? Your dedication? Did you have one? You can always create a new one here, or you can let go of the old one, or you can reconnect. Lower down onto your back. We're going to take half happy baby and half butterfly. So take the right knee all the way up to the right armpit and take the arm to the inside of the right knee and grab the outside of the right foot. Walk the left foot in towards the butt and drop the left knee out to the side. So the left leg's dropped out like a butterfly. The right sole of the foot is facing up to the sky and the knee's at a 90-degree angle. The shoulder gets heavy to help pull the knee down, releasing the hip a little bit more. And if the left side wants more, take the left hand to the left inner thigh. Release the top foot down into a butterfly position so you're in a reclined butterfly. Let the hips get heavy and the ribs get heavy. And now take the left knee to the left armpit, taking the arm inside of the leg, but to the outside of the foot. Happy baby on the left, butterfly on the right. Let the hips melt down. Let the left shoulder drop down. Enjoy being slow and still. bring the right foot into a happy baby, so you're in a full happy baby. And let yourself sway around if you'd like. If you want to be still, let both shoulders get heavy as the tailbone presses down towards the ground, getting the low back to touch the ground. If you want to sway or move, those are good choices. You can also play with opening the legs up. It's one last moment of exploration before corpse pose. Hug your knees into your chest. Hug your head into your knees. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, a nice big hug, the hug you deserve. And then exhale, release into Savasana. Let space come between the thighs. Let the feet fall out. Let space come between the arms and the torso, and let the palms face up. Let yourself melt in. Allow the earth to be your memory foam mattress. She already knows you. She accepts you. She supports you. She loves you, and she can comfort you. Trust that as you melt into this pose. Feel free to stay here as long as you would like. You did a beautiful practice today. I'm bringing my hands to my forehead for the right thoughts, to my mouth for the right words, and to my heart for the right actions. Thank you for trusting me to lead you in your practice today. It's my honor to get to be here for you. Namaste.